2024 was an incredible year for music, but was it an incredible year for the music video? Something I've been thinking about lately that was suggested to me in my last unpopular pop culture, pop music opinions video was that the music video medium is kind of irrelevant. There hasn't been anything like new or interesting or innovative in it in a really long time. And that got me thinking because, you know, the music video was for a period of time, especially in like the MTV and just post MTV world when YouTube was huge. There was a period of time when a music video could make or break a song, and there was an expectation that the music video, especially as like the first single of a comeback project or something like that, would be kind of world stopping and everybody would talk about it and it would make it onto the YouTube trending page. But now, as the proliferation of content creation has invaded the music industry and our kind of traditional silos of media have broken down, it seems like a music video can come and go without very much fanfare at all, even if it's a very expensive, high budget production. For example, Katy Perry Women's World. Who's still talking about that? Who's still thinking about that other than to say nasty things about it? Not many. And I think that it is rare that a music video alone transcends culture so much that everybody wants to talk about it and it becomes something extremely memorable and part of an artist's legacy. It seems to me now that all the kind of ancillary visuals around the music video, the live performances, the TikTok dances and challenges, those are more important than a music video in and of itself is. A music video just kind of exists on YouTube. The challenge for artists is translating all of that budget, that focus, that attention paid to one specific product and making it a multi-channel experience. It's not enough to just slice and dice up a 3-minute video across TikTok. You need to come up with different versions of it. The K-pop artists are actually very good at this. They have performance videos, they have dance videos, they have live performance videos, all as kind of like accompaniments to the music video experience. Western music has not quite caught up to that as of yet, but I think it is a useful exercise to think about what is the purpose of a music video in 2024. To me, a good music video is something that either significantly complements the song that we're getting, or ideally, it elevates the song and the experience. And we can no longer think of what the song would be without the music video. And I think, you know, a good example of this from the past and the years gone by, Single Ladies by Beyonce. Those two images and that sound, they're inextricably linked. Lady Gaga, Bad Romance, Taylor Swift, Blank Space. There are these iconic kind of hallmarks that add to our understanding of an artist's dream and vision that they're trying to portray to us. I think that's harder and harder to do in 2024 when there's more competition than ever before, first of all. And second of all, so many technological advancements and innovations, it seems like, you know, everybody can kind of have a big music video. Even JoJo Siwa can get in on it. We're going to be talking about her today and have a little fun at the Teen Vogue party with a self-funded music video shoot. I would like to just kind of go through the big releases of this year. Of course, there will be 1 or 2, 3 or 4 that have been missed out. Sorry, I did not watch every single music video that was released this year. These are the ones that really jumped out at me as either interesting or like new for the artist or something to talk about here or having a moment on social media. And I will now introduce you to the categories I'm going to be using to rank them. First of all, never been done before, something show-stopping, something iconic. I can only think of 1 or maybe 2 videos that really fit that bill. So good luck with booking that stage you speak of to everyone in this category. It was a moment. This is something that we loved, we appreciated, we gagged. Is it going to stay with us forever in our brains when we think about this artist? Maybe or maybe not. That is a music video. It simply exists. There's plenty of that, by the way. There is plenty of that. And there are a couple of different kinds of like music video categories that we can get into. One of them is like, and this is more particular for like female pop stars, is the beauty or the glamour music video. Ariana Grande is in the past a noted offender of this. The purpose of a music video just being to be like, I am pretty. Watch the Love Me Harder music video or the Into You music video, and you will see what I mean. There is also the like DIY low budget handheld cam music video. That's another category. The story music video, something that has a bit of a concept, and then the choreo video, something that's a lot more focused on dancing. Going into the bottom categories, happy for you or sorry that happened. It was boring to me, and as I say all the time on this channel, boring is worse than bad. And then we have Electric Chair. We have Electric Chair for the music videos that I shouldn't have been forced to sit through this year. And there are at least 1, 2, and I think we all know which one that's going to be, but you're just going to have to wait until we get there. If you're new to my channel, my name is Zach. I'm the Swiftologist. I make thoughtful weekly videos about pop culture, and you should subscribe to my channel because over 50% of you that watch are not subscribed, and that's mean. It's mean, it's hateful, it's rude, it's vile, and I need you to rectify that immediately. I know it's only like the middle of November, but I have a lot of year-end content to make, so this was kind of the one that I think requires the least waiting for new stuff to come out, so I think we're just going to get right into it, and I hope that's okay with you. And if I miss anything, if there are glaring omissions, you can let me know in the comments below, and I will let you know where I would have slotted it into this categorization. Let's start with one of my least favorite people on the history of the planet. I have to say, this might be my first time speaking like at length about it, but I really don't like J-Lo. I'm sorry. Everything she does reads as hollow and insincere to me. I know for a fact that she is not nice to the people that she works with, and that she is difficult to work with and mean. And also, I think completely deluded about her level of influence and impact on culture at this specific moment. I would never take away from the MTV music video girl that she was in the 2000s and the actress that she was, Monster-in-Law. I've seen it. I liked it. But Jennifer Lopez's music career this year has been one of the most humiliating flops in the world. And this was certainly not helped by her attempts at creating visual media to go with her music. Her album, This Is Me Now, came with a multi-million-dollar flop of a movie that she constructed, directed herself, that nobody cared about, for music that sounds like it was, I don't even know. I can't even think of something to describe that it would have been related to. Like when I say that Dua Lipa's Radical Optimism was like music made for like Ubers and Planet Fitness, that's kind of a compliment because I would listen to that. I don't know who J-Lo markets her music to or who is interested in it. And that is no better exemplified than the lead single from this atrocious project, which was called Can't Get Enough. And you know what? This was directed by Dave Meyers, who is a noted, iconic music video director who has made countless missteps in recent years. So he's on my list. This is going straight into Electric Chair. The entire premise of this project was, isn't it iconic that me and Ben are back together? And if your answer to that question is no, I don't think that's iconic, then your mileage will not go very far with this song or this project. The song is boring, and the music video concept is basically, I got married and now I'm happy, with stupid dialogue cut in. And then the guys start randomly switching out while JLo's doing her first dance. And I think it's her attempting to have a sense of humor about herself, where she's saying, you know, I get married and divorced a lot, hee. But it doesn't land because J-Lo is not a person that appears in public as someone who is willing to make fun of themselves very often. She completely and routinely denies any cosmetic procedures. She insists that she uses olive oil on her face. She tells these kind of like strange, fantastical lies and gets very offended when people don't go along with them. So the sense of humor there is not really connecting with me. And the budget for this is crazy. And it's even crazier that she financed it herself. And she's, you know what? That was a good decision. Any label would look at the budget for this, listen to the music, understand the person in front of them and be like, absolutely not. It is a vanity project. And the only kind of vanity projects that I liked were the ones from like the early 2000s. I'm talking Lindsay Lohan's album, Paris Hilton's first album, not her latest album, her first album, the good one. Those are like ironically good. This is a vanity project in the sense that nobody wanted this except J-Lo wanted to make it. And when you're creating a product for public consumption, you do have to actually keep in mind what people want to have from you. And this flopped so bad she had to cancel her tour. So no sympathy to J-Lo from me. This was an incredibly expensive and humiliating mistake. And Ben Affleck consulted on this. There's something to be said about mining your relationships for content when it comes to your music career. But when that content is informing something that just feels so algorithmically generated, it feels disingenuous. It feels like a cash grab. It feels like, I am the world's main character. Aren't you so interested in me getting back together with my fling from 20 years ago? No, actually, I don't care. I was too young to really give a you-know-what about Bennifer, and I think people were interested in it from like a drama perspective, but I don't think that anybody was asking for a musical movie about it. I don't think anybody wanted that. So J-Lo, pack it up. Pack it up. Renee Rapp and Megan Thee Stallion, not my fault. Happy for you or sorry that happened. Listen, this is music for Target. This song is music for the grocery store. You are going to pick your bagels. You're going to the kitchen appliances section. You're buying a new microwave. It's not my fault. Like you see the vibe. The music video has the same effect. The Mean Girls theming to me, I know this was for the movie Mean Girls, which was terrible, by the way, but the Mean Girls theming is just so old and tired, and I'm really sick of like nostalgia bait music videos. It is not enough to just make your music video similar to something that was made in the past to get people to gag over it. That worked the first time it was done, and you can't really do a Mean Girls music video specifically after Ariana Grande did it first with Thank You Next, which is like the ultimate nostalgic music video. It was the one and done. It ended them all, and the reference has been made and it gagged then, and it's not gagging now. It also has the most irritating thing about a movie soundtrack song, which is that the movie clips are like interspliced with the footage of the music video. I loathe that. It makes it feel like you're trying to sell something to me. And pop music is always someone trying to sell something to you, but I like to feel as though I'm being covertly tricked into buying something. I don't like to be overtly told, you must buy this. I will say, however, that Renee Rapp really held her own alongside Meg Thee Stallion, who is one of the most charismatic music video girls in recent history. So that's a gag. Congratulations, Renee Rapp, on that accomplishment. But happy for you or sorry that happened. Speaking of happy for you or sorry that happened, up next we have, I don't know where I'm going to put him. I'm going to put it in That Is a Music Video for now, because I guess it was like well shot and well produced. Conan Gray, Lonely Dancers. Okay, so everybody always wants me to talk about Conan Gray. The music is profoundly uninteresting to me. This music video is part of Conan Gray's Blinding Lights, Stranger Things era. There's like an 80s callback here. It's produced by Max Martin, so you would think that the song would be a little bit more sticky than it actually is. The voice that he's channeling here is unlike how I've heard him sing before. It has a very specific male 80s singer reference, but I cannot for the life of me pin down who it is. So if you have an idea of who I'm talking about, please leave it in the comments. The closest I can think of is that it's a bit Bowie-esque, and that's not really in a flattering way. It's more of an imitation rather than an inspiration. One of his favorite topics seems to be crushing on straight boys, which is a gay guy trope that I am honestly tired of hearing and seeing about in the mainstream media. So I think the plot of this video is that he sees his ex outside the bar flirting with a girl, and he goes in and turns on the jukebox, and the whole world pauses and stops. And everyone else is still while he's moving around, and he Taylor Swift delegates his way around all the frozen people. And then he goes up to the guy that he wants outside, who he's upset about, and like pulls his pants down and messes up the girl who he's kissing's hair. And I was just left wondering, why? I went to read the lyrics, and girls, they're not that complicated, and they certainly don't really indicate anything that's going on in the music video. So I was like, what is the point of this? I guess because it's like nicely shot, I will keep it in That Is a Music Video for now, but Conan Gray is continually losing me. Now here's the first music video of this video that has not lost me. Griff, Miss Me Too. She is a very underrated act from this year. I want to say it was a moment because I really liked it. I think it's an artistic accomplishment, but it wasn't actually a moment. Okay. So I'm going to have to put it in That Is a Music Video because it didn't really have an impact. I'm going to move Conan Gray down. Yes, I am. So I love this song. The song is Miss Me Too. And I think that this video has a really unique, interesting British art school aesthetic to it. It's giving Central St. Martin's. It's basically a contemporary dance number with some headphone promo thrown in. I mean, Griff really needs the budget, so let's get her the sponsors. The set is this kind of like big, cavernous, empty warehouse, and Griff is dancing with a bunch of very expressive girlies in various muted colors, and the choreo is very expressive. It's not CUNTY. It's not like a sleigh extravaganza. It's more art school, meaningful expression. And I think the juxtaposition of the scenes of her like frantically leaping around in this big group and having these big feelings with her literally doubled over on the floor alongside that lyric crying on the bathroom floor, I think that vibe and that dissonance is really effective. I really love this video. I watched it multiple times. It's artistic. And I think we don't see like artistic videos like this very much anymore. It's not focused on Griff like looking beautiful, serving looks, or gagging with like this insane choreo. It's just a very emotive visual depiction of the song itself. Like it matches the vibe. And I do think it actually does elevate the song. And it kind of reminds me of the Yes and music video from a choreography perspective, but with like a lower budget and a better connection between the visual and the subject material. So maybe I need to put it into It Was a Moment, because maybe It Was a Moment can be a category, not me changing the categories halfway through. It Was a Moment can be an artistic feat as well. It doesn't have to have conquered the world. So Conan Gray, you're back in luck again. You're in the mid category, where you've always been. Remy Wolf, Cinderella. You know, I haven't really had the time to get into Remy Wolf this year, but as I was researching for this video, I gave her record a spin and I gave this song a spin. The song is called Cinderella, and I really liked it. I'm going to put this in It Was a Moment too, because similar to Miss Me Too, I feel there is an artistic accomplishment going on here. And what I realized when I was creating this list is when I'm doing like the smaller artists, it's not really fair to compare a video like Remy Wolf Cinderella to Taylor Swift's Fortnite, because the allocated budgets really do make a difference in what you're actually able to accomplish. But the word that came to mind when I watched this video was joyful. It's very much focused on our star, Remy Wolf. She's carrying the production with her stage presence. I just love to see a charismatic girly in front of a camera. She co-directed this video. Mac DeMarco is here being silly as an ice cream man. He's dancing with Remy. And this really reminds me actually of the visual world, the color palette of Never Really Over, but not surreal. It's like a grounded or like a real life version of that vibe. It's very carefree. It's very dynamic. And I think it complements the song well. So congratulations to the chef. Now divas, before we dive into today's video, I have to thank Midas Merge so much for sponsoring this video. Let me tell you, this has been a game changer for me, pun intended. If you're on the Evolution of Snake Patreon, you'll know that I have opined recently in our paywalled episodes about how hard it is for me to watch movies. As someone with ADHD, it's actually really embarrassing. I cannot just sit there and pay attention. So someone suggested in the comments that I should maybe do something with my hands, like playing a game or otherwise occupying my hands. So when Midas Merge reached out to me for a collaboration, I was like, hold on. But I have desperately been looking for a way to expand my attention span. Midas Merge is a relaxing merge puzzle game where you hatch and evolve adorable creatures while restoring the magical gardens of gold alongside King Midas and Queen Leah. It's super easy to play and get into if you want to put all your attention on it because the characters are really adorable. I mean, like, look at this little cappy bird. Or you can kind of zone out and play it too while you're watching movies, like me with my ADHD brain. I found that it's really comforting for that purpose. So what are you waiting for, divas? Discover your next favorite game, merge, restore, and heal the Golden Garden by downloading Midas Merge for free. The first 100 ologists to download Midas Merge using my QR code or my link will get a rare personalized creature, literally called the Swiftologist, that you can't get anywhere else. And I want to say thank you again so much to Midas Merge for sponsoring this video. Up next is my good sis, Olivia Rodrigo with Obsessed. I'm going to put this into It Was a Moment because I wouldn't classify it as like a top caliber Olivia Rodrigo music video. That belongs to the likes of Driver's License and Good For You and Get Him Back. But this is my freaky, deaky, girly. There was quite a lot of freaky, deaky, girly stuff going on this year. But Obsessed is a creepy song about wanting to kill your ex-man's girlfriend. And I'm seeing in her music videos more and more personality shining through with Olivia, especially as she leans into that direct-to-camera outburst thing that she's doing here. And the concept of this video is that she's at like a gala or a pageant of some description full of these gorgeous, successful girlies in their white dresses with their sashes on. It's kind of like a Miss Universe pageant, I guess. They have their sashes. Instead of having like a country or a city on their sash, they have something that says like Miss Long Distance or Miss Focusing on My Career. Kind of various different like relationship, situationship states that you can be in. And Olivia is obsessed with all of them. I find it interesting how Olivia always manages to turn something that could take the early Avril route of being very girl hating and transforming it into like a camaraderie of sorts. Listen to the song Everything Back But You by Avril Lavigne from The Best Damn Thing, and you will see what I mean about a song like this that can turn into a girls hate girls moment. But I think that this is a fun video. It's a great addition to the Guts catalog, but is it that memorable to me? Well, no, but I think it was a moment because when I went to the Guts tour, you know how many of those sashes I saw? A lot. So it definitely sunk in. Up next, a disappointing video from, frankly, a disappointing solo artist. This is Boy Bye by Chloe. Listen, I loved Ungodly Hour. Chloe is a solo artist, though, has truly mystified me. I followed her solo career fairly closely because I think that she's so talented. And of course, her and Halle are the official Beyonce proteges. So I'm always kind of like wanting to see her influence trickle through or come through their solo career. But I just never really know who Chloe is as an artist. Like, what is her signature? Who is she? The singles have been really confusing. Boy Bye is very different from Surprise. Surprise is very different from Treat Me. And then there was the Chris Brown collab. Girl, not in 2023 or whenever it was. Shouldn't have been. Never should have been. It feels like with Chloe, her team is throwing everything at the wall and kind of trying to see what's going to stick, and nothing is sticking. The video here also is very, very dull. Doesn't really add anything to the song, which is already rather dull. And it's a video that is focused more on serving looks than anything else. And I would say that that is not my least favorite kind of music video, but I would say the least inspired kind of a music video. So I'm going to put that in happy for you or sorry that happened, because I can't think of a really great thing to say about it, unfortunately. Well, if we're talking about things I might have great things to say about, Ms. Carpenter came to prove me wrong this year by releasing one of the best albums of the year and having what I would say is probably the best album rollout of the year. That's for damn sure. Espresso, never been done before. Now, oh, high budget, high budget. This is one of those rare songs that was never going to have a music video that like lived up to the song itself because the song is so good. To me, the iconic visual for this song was the Coachella debut performance of it that gagged, and it's not on YouTube anymore. And I will find you, Coachella, and make sure that you don't sell out next year for removing all of the performances after a period of time. It's annoying. Stop doing it. But this was very iconic, this music video, right? It is definitely well produced, but I do have some qualms with the editing that literally take me out of the music video and make me mad every time I watch it. I'll get to that in a second. Sabrina is obviously gorgeous, right? We know this about her. She's a very charismatic performance. I love the choreography here and some of the cuts, especially in like the first pre-chorus when she's on the sun loungers and she's turning her head to say yes and the camera kind of like chops in closer and closer on her face. Gorgeous. The video concept does not exactly align to the song. She like steals her man's gold card while they're on a boat and then spends it on a day at the beach with the girls, then gets arrested. Okay, sure. Why the hell not? I love the shot of her in the back of the car that is also a pool. Really cool, really interesting set design here all around. And I thought that was just so genius. I don't know why. Now, what I hate is the beach choreography scene, okay? Because proportionally, it is so off and not in an intentional way. They're trying to make it look proportional, but whatever they've done is bizarre. And there's nothing else in the video like it. Let me explain. I think it's because Sabrina is short and she's like dancing with dancers that are taller than her. So they either positioned her forward and positioned her dancers behind her, or they superimposed Sabrina in front of the dancers. Either way, it has made Sabrina look like Godzilla on the set of A Tiny World. The perspective of the horizon with like her height is completely out of whack. It's really shoddily done and it really pisses me off. So it does get demerit points because of that for me. But I mean, it's summery. She's golden bronze. She's tan. She's gorgeous. We let her live. Taylor Swift, Fortnite. I mean, it was a moment because it was Taylor Swift. Let me just get that straight. It was a moment because it was Taylor Swift. I could not put it lower. I can't say that it wasn't a moment, but it was not a good music video, okay? And it actually isn't even really a music video. It's like the Tortured Poets Department Target commercial or calling card. Because we only had one visual for Tortured Poets, and I think she knew going into this record cycle that she was only going to have time to do one big music video, she tried to cram a lot of stuff into it, like a lot of obviously Easter eggs, symbolism, tying back to the rest of the Tortured Poets Department. This song as a single choice is, but anyway, the concept of the music video is like, I'm wearing old-timey clothes and I'm sad. That is the concept, the construct of the music video. There really isn't that much going on. There are some iconic visual moments, I guess, that were better depicted on the tour, like the rotating bed. I just think that this is dull and boring. There isn't that much going on. Now, we do live for the scene where she looks like the Swiftologist. We do. We have to clap and cheer for that. But that's kind of it. It is beautifully produced because she has all the budget and the money in the world. The VFX are great. I don't love music videos that are in black and white. I don't know. I just don't love that. But it does match the vibe of the music video. I do love the scene of her sitting on top of the phone box. But what does it have to do with the story or the song or what else is going on in the video? It's just not that interesting. It doesn't elevate the song and it doesn't elevate the record. So there it is. There you go. That's my thoughts on the Fortnite music video. Ariana Grande, yes and. This is a great video for a very mediocre song. So it cannot go into Never Been Done Before. It must go into It Was a Moment. And it was a moment because everybody was talking about it. Here's the thing about a music video. A music video cannot rescue a bad song. The video shall not gag without the proper backing of a song that people want to hear. This video was a very constructed effort. It was Ariana's comeback into the public eye as a musician after a few months of being hounded for the Ethan Slater stuff and just being made the bad guy Chun-Li generally. At the time when she was putting the album out, I was like, I kind of can't believe that you're releasing at the moment. People really hate you. They are relentlessly criticizing your appearance. They are making fun of the way that you speak. It was like Ariana Grande hate train every single day. And this song is kind of an outlier on the record that it ended up appearing on and was definitely not a sign of what was to come. So when I heard the song and I saw the video, I was like, this isn't what you think it is, but thank God there was more to come. This video is very well produced. I like that it was shot in a different aspect ratio to what we're usually seeing, that like wider shot. The video starts with a bunch of critics that are invited to preview the new song, and they're kind of vaguely gossiping about her, repeating or parroting things that had actually been said about her as of late in the press. And when they walk into the room to see her perform, she is this statue standing there. And as the music comes on, the statue crumbles and there she is and she's alive. And she does this very slick choreographed routine. Thank God she fired those crusty twins who have been effing up her choreo since forever. She literally worked with them out of loyalty. Choreo that they have produced for Ariana Grande is honestly shockingly bad. So at this point, she has broken free from them and she's got her character shoes on. You can really see the musical theater influence that has been percolating in her brain because she's been shooting Wicked for like a year at this point. The lighting in this video is sensational, as with We Can't Be Friends. That's something I've noticed with Ariana a lot. She loves to be lit correctly. She kind of goes up to the critics at the end of the performance of dancing and issues her bridge directly to them. Don't comment on my body, do not reply. Then she, successfully wins them over and gets them to forget their petty grievances, and they get up and dance with her. And when the song is over, she turns back into stone. And I think that that's some interesting symbolism. She's showing that you only get to see the parts of Ariana Grande that she chooses to show and share with you. And what you see of her is not all of her, and you will never get all of that because it's private and it's just for her. And I liked that message. So good video, not a great song. Why don't we talk about a great song and a great music video? Ariana Grande, We Can't Be Friends. She was in her bag. She was in her bag for this. This is going straight into Never Been Done Before. This is my personal video of the year. She spent a year doing Wicked and was like, hold my pink purse, I'm not done yet. So the concept of this video and the record of the whole is the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, where there is this service provided to brokenhearted people that allows you to bleach people from your memory tape. So if your heart gets broken, theoretically, you can go to this clinic and avail of a service that allows you to just erase them from your memory. Now, this video is a film, okay? It is a film. There's a little bit of dialogue at the beginning and in the middle. There's like multiple different kinds of camera angles, including a POV shot when she's getting hooked up for the procedure. And there's a little dialogue, a little acting. And as she's going under to get her memories erased, she starts reliving everything she went through with this person. And part of the movie Eternal Sunshine is you bring in this box with all the things that remind you of someone that has broken your heart. So it could be a gift they got you, things like that. She brings in a couple of things, a picture frame, a necklace, a teddy bear, and the object that she is holding to start the process as they're going through her mind and erasing her memories is this teddy bear. And we kind of immediately go right back to a scene where she's with the person she's trying to forget, Evan Peters, gorgeous man. We should have Evan Peters as the romantic lead in every music video. But we see them together at a fair. He wins it for her. They're just being really happy. And slowly we start to see all of these scenarios of happy times that they shared together, suddenly missing a person. It's like you can see the therapy, the memory excision being done in real time, very like the movie. So she's lying in bed, like having a lazy Sunday morning with him, and he gets ripped away. She's doing snow angels with him, and she looks over and all of a sudden he's gone and the snow is completely clear next to her. And there's a point in this music video that is so profound and gets me every time. It moved me the first time I saw it and has moved me every time I've seen it since, where the memories, the happy memories, are just so much to bear. Like there's no memories of them fighting or of anything going wrong. It's the idea that the happy memories are so much more painful than anything else that you're left with after a breakup. So she's kind of suddenly overcome by the emotion of feeling this loss of happiness, and her brain kind of starts to short circuit. We get the sequence of the synapses in her brains firing in different directions, and it shoots back to her in the chair having the procedure, and she's just welling up with tears, and it gets me every time. Actingologist. Ariana Grande is an actor, girls. At the end, the procedure is successful, and Evan Peters and Ariana Grande end up walking past each other on the street, holding hands with their new partners, completely not even acknowledging each other because they don't even remember that each other existed. That's actually a different ending from the movie. I saw some criticisms being like, it's exactly the same as the movie, but it's actually not. The ending here is actually not a positive ending. The ending of the movie has the two kind of people who are being torn apart, choosing to work together and revisiting their memories and trying to start over. This is two people that will never know each other ever again. And the positioning of forgetting being the only antidote to that kind of heartbreak is very dreadfully sad. There's that line, wait until you like me again. The video suggests that we will just keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and it would be better if she could just directly erase this person from her brain because it's never going to stop hurting. This video added so much to my conception of the album and also to many other songs on the record too. Songs like Eternal Sunshine take on a whole new resonance after I see this video. So to me, this is an artistic accomplishment. It's beautifully shot, and I think Ariana is wonderfully expressive as a performer in it. So, brava, video of the year for the Swiftologist. Leve Goddess. I'm just gonna go with that is a music video. This is just some gorgeous scenes of Leve looking moody and angry, one might say, dressed up in her Yellow Jackets queen gear at the end. I think in general, Leve is one of those artists that her music is so cinematic. It has a lot of visual potential. My favorite video of hers is Bewitched. I feel like it just captures the essence of the song and her record and who she is as an artist so much. And this one is just okay, but I do love the song. Dula Peep Illusion. Happy for you or sorry that happened. Listen, she had a big budget for this record, and I bet that her label regrets giving her this big of a budget to do it, because the visuals for Radical Optimism kind of reinforce my opinion that Dua Lipa is an influencer who happens to sing. The visuals are just so like boilerplate 90s house inspired pop music. There's nothing radically optimistic about any of these visuals or these albums. Dua is really blank in all of these performances. It is a glamour video of the highest order, but with no soul behind it, as all of the Radical Optimism videos are. I'd say Houdini has the most personality, probably. And what is Illusion about as a song? Nothing really. It's not really about anything. And what she's doing in this video is serving in a pool with men in Speedos around her. This gave me no insight into what the record was going to be like, other than the fact that she had red hair. And it took way too long to come out after Houdini as well. Turns out there just wasn't really that much to explore because the record was kind of a dud. There's no plot here. I also think this is definitely the worst Radical Optimism single. The choreography at the end is good. Her stage presence and her performance has really improved. I just saw her in concert this week, actually, and I thought that she was an incredible performer. But I don't think for her, to me, it's enough to just be like hot and dance. I kind of want something more from her, especially when we have future nostalgia. So not my favorite. Jojo Siwa, Karma. I have to put it in. It was a moment. Say what you like about Jojo Siwa. She really expertly executed the rollout for this song. It was everywhere. It was a huge pop culture moment of this year, and people were unironically listening to that song. It's kind of a banger. I mean, it's just a regular, degular pop song that came with so much embarrassing lore, and the music video itself is so ridiculous. It's like Lady Gaga Kids Bop. That's really what it gives. And it's funny to me that her growing up, her X-rated version of Jojo Siwa still feels very tame. And I have to hand it to her, though. This was a moment. Many record labels would love to get the amount of impressions that Karma by Jojo Siwa got for their artist. So we clap and we cheer. And speaking of clapping and cheering, I have to give it up to Charli XCX, Von Dutch. I'm going to put this into It Was a Moment. If there is one overall artist to me that wins the music video awards this year, it's Charli XCX. As always, her world building is so intricate and so astute and so modern. Charli is a great example of someone who takes references from the past and creates something new. So that Y2K paparazzi culture, being pursued and filmed while you're being pursued, that is something that she's like emulating here, but she takes it and makes it something different rather than the kind of like mindless nostalgia core that we have elsewhere. On Not My Fault, for example, this video is really cool because it's kind of simple in concept. It's just Charli being chased through the airport on her way to board a plane. She's trying to avoid this relentless paparazzo who's chasing her rather aggressively. She ends up cracking her head on the lens and punching the lens multiple times. She does acrobatics to try and escape the camera glare while also stopping to pose and stare directly into the lens. This song is braggadocious. It's about knowing that you're the one that everyone's talking about, and it kind of sums up the conceit of Brat really, really well. It's a perfect introduction to the era, and she's just so charismatic here. I think that specifically the cinematography on this music video is astounding. I think it was really, really well done, and I have no doubt that Charli played a huge part in creating that music video treatment. So congratulations, Charli. I love that. And speaking of Charli's moments that are going to go straight into Never Been Done Before, the 360 music video. Hello? Now, this is a contender for video of the year as well. This was a great song to do a video to because when you hear the song without the visual and you're not in tune with Charli's scene, it's kind of weird. You're like, who's Julia? Who is Gabriette? Everybody is asking who is Gabriette, by the way. All right, please explain. And here she actually does explain. The concept is that it's like an it girl summit, but they're really niche it girls. They're internet celebrities, essentially, who are like driving culture in a way that like the normies don't know about. And there is also the queen mother of it girls, Chloe Sevigny, in a cameo at the end. That was a real get. That was a real get. When I saw that happen in the music video, I was like, oh, she's taking it. This is going to a different area. This is a very smart marketing strategy also because Charli knows her audience. She knows that her audience loves the girls that are represented in this video. We've got Emma Chamberlain, we've got Alex Consani, Julia Fox, Rachel Sennett. Having them all kind of come together, it's like the alt girl version of the Bad Blood music video executed in a way more artful and interesting way. And there's some funny dialogue at the beginning, kind of like meta moment. Charli's doing a lot of that with Brat, poking fun at how absurd being an it girl is and how it's something that's really difficult to define, but it's immediately recognizable when you encounter it. And Charli is also serving here, okay? She is strutting, she is walking, she is herring. It's everything. It is definitely up there for video of the year with We Can't Be Friends for me. Billie Eilish, Lunch, self-directed, and We Can Tell. That is a music video. Actually, happy for you or sorry that happened. It's boring. I'm sorry. Even the strongest eyelashes in the comments cannot tell me that this was like some sort of groundbreaking music video. It is self-directed, and we can tell This is Billie being shot on an old camcorder in basketball garments. She's in her oversized clothes. She's horsing around. The 90s reference is very obvious here, or like an early Y2K. It almost has an Art Attack vibe to it. If you know what Art Attack is, you know, but this is nothing to write home about. Billie's visuals this era, like the album, to me, are very drab, dull, dreary, underwhelming. Birds of a Feather is up next. This shares a DNA with Von Dutch somehow. It's very much about the artist's physical performance. She's being dragged through an office building rather violently by this like invisible force while singing this almost sweet lullaby kind of song, which I think represents the feeling of, you know, being tied to or being very loyal to someone who is not always there. It can be painful to be that, you know, loyal to someone that you can't always see. So I'm going to put this in that as a music video because it was better than Lunch. That's for damn sure. Please, 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 another contender for video of the year, girls. This is when I really started to see the vision for Short and Sweet. Espresso was iconic, but please, please, please really sealed the deal. I was wondering to myself, can she come up with something as good as Espresso or something as interesting as Espresso? And the answer was yes. It was kind of an adventurous second single choice. I think Taste probably would have been like a safer decision. Please, please, please is like somewhere between a ballad and a bop. But this video obviously features her boyfriend, Barry. This video obviously iconically features her boyfriend, Barry. Great marketing move as a rabble-rouser who just cannot keep himself out of jail, even though he loves her a lot. And Sabrina wants to support him and stand by him and be proud of him, but he keeps embarrassing her. And they have a lot of charisma together. On screen, you can tell it reads, it translates, and Sabrina is serving incredible looks here. The 50s, 60s pinup girl thing really works for her, and I think why Sabrina gets away with doing glamour music videos is because there's always an element of humor or of concept to it. It's not just, look at me, I'm gorgeous. There's some sort of story going on. She's the vixen luxuriating in the freezer door frame while her boyfriend beats up his criminal accomplices. This video was such a moment, and I feel like it really elevated the song and Sabrina to a new level of public conversation. And it ends with her handcuffing him, taking her agency back, and kissing the duct tape over his mouth in that signature Short and Sweet kiss face. Brava, bellissima. Let's put that in Never Been Done Before. So far, we've got Ariana, Sabrina, Charli, and none for Taylor Swift. Speaking of Sabrina Carpenter, Taste, another excellent video. I think I'm going to have to put this one up into Never Been Done Before as well, because this was such a moment too. Great performances here by Sabrina Carpenter and Jenna Ortega. What I really liked about this was how grotesque it was. There was definitely a safe and less gory way to do this music video, and she didn't do it. The prosthetics work is incredible here. The budget was budgeting. I think the color grading of the video is really good too. Like, it's very rich and saturated. Sabrina is funny and witty and ironic, and that really comes across clearly here. This is where Short and Sweet really crystallized and people were starting to get the funniness and the dry humor that Sabrina has. And the scene where she gets her arm cut off in the shower genuinely made me gasp. It's rather gory. But ultimately, despite these two girls trying to literally kill each other over some man, he's the one who ends up dead and they have a kiki at his funeral. This was just the perfect period to the end of the Short and Sweet album rollout, which is one of the best that we've seen in a really long time. And I think that Taste really got to enjoy that built momentum that came from releasing Espresso and Please, Please, Please in like good periods of time. She really like waited to have these singles roll out. She wasn't throwing random pre-releases at us to see what stuck. She had a plan and she stuck to the plan, and it didn't matter how people responded. The plan was going to go the way it was going to go, and I like that. Up next, we have a little indie effort, I suppose. This is Omar Apollo's Done With You. I really liked this. I'm going to put it in that as a music video because I think it didn't quite reach a moment for me, but I am watching Omar Apollo. I feel like this is what Jack Harlow's Lovin' On Me creative director wanted to accomplish when he was creating that music video. And this one's interesting because it combines two kind of very stereotypical music video aesthetics: the self-shot, low-budget camcorder footage, the surveillance footage as well, and then the glossy solo choreo in like a well-lit studio. Having those two things contrasted, those like stereotypical music video things, with the bizarre footage of him having like a bunch of knives stuck in his waistband and the interspersed scenes of him slicing sashimi, there's a sinister edge to this video that the song hints at but doesn't fully explore, that I think was explored artistically in a very successful way in this video. So congratulations, Omar Apollo. I really enjoyed this. The Dare perfume. Electric chair. I'm sorry, I'm putting him straight into the electric chair. Sometimes Charli bets on a losing dog and she endorses someone that I'm like, okay, this is like her tangential association with Dasha Nekrasova. I'm not feeling it. I don't endorse it. I don't support it. I think it's lame. I think it's weird. You can keep the Dare. You can keep him away from us. The Dare is completely derivative of indie sleaze in a way that doesn't feel very innovative or celebratory. It's literally like he just listened to LCD Sound System and was like, I can make that now because no one else is making it. And everyone's just not going to notice that I'm completely ripping off something that's already been done before. It doesn't feel innovative or celebratory, just literally like an attempt to recapture someone else's glory for yourself. There's no panache to this, so I'm not a fan. I do think he was having kind of a moment this year. This video is like a Calvin Klein ad. If you watch it, it's a very familiar aesthetic. So it's pleasing in that sense if you're familiar with that vibe. But I also think it's incredibly redundant and boring. And I think he is kind of clever to build his brand with the suit and the sunglasses. The song sucks too. The song really sucks. Perfume. Don't listen to it. He has one good song. It's called Girls. And, you know, I'm not here. I'm not here for the dare. I don't care. I don't care. I don't love it. Tate McRae, it's okay. I'm okay. It's been done before. So we can't put it in never been done before, but we can put it in it was a moment. I feel like I'm always giving Tate consolation prizes, and I really want her to swoop in and take the trophy. I want her to cut the amateurs and get on the winning team. This video is all about serving. It really is very classic Britney to me in the sense that I can detect numerous Britney references here, most specifically the I Wanna Go music video. That is very, very much an inspiration for this video. However, I'm always kind of side-eyeing music videos that are filmed on the Universal lot. There's an epidemic going on, and the epidemic is the Universal lot. Enough. No more. It always looks the same. No matter which way you dress it up, you can tell that it's the Universal lot. And there are a couple of other music videos that I'm going to point out to you that also, I think, use the Universal lot. So it just looks like a fake city. It doesn't look like New York City. It's supposed to look like kind of New York City inspired, but it looks like a movie set. And it looks the same no matter which way you dress it up. So I don't like it. Trisha Paytas has filmed a music video there. Like, we can be going somewhere else. However, we cannot deny that Tate is absolutely serving here. And no other Western artist is doing choreography like her in 2024. So she gets her 10s across the board about that from me. We have to give that to her. We have been needing a Western artist to dance like this. She looks stunning. The makeup is great. Her hair in music videos is always incredible. No one understands hairography the way that Tate McRae does. Whoever styled her for this video also deserves a raise, because I think that it's very cool. It's very Tate McRae, but it's very trendy as well. I think that it's generally overall, like, stylistically well executed. And I do think that the video elevates the song, because the song is just, it's okay. I'm okay. You know what I mean? Now, why did I include this? I have Biba Doobie's music video Forever Seen. I think I just watched this and was like, oh, that's cute. I'm going to put that into Happy For You or Sorry That Happened, because really, it is just a video of her walking around Tokyo. I think the reason why I put it in was because it reminds me of Avril Lavigne's Don't Tell Me music video, specifically the like floating away above a crowded city kind of vibe. I love having Tokyo as a background to any kind of video because it's just such a cinematic and charismatic location. But in that way, it is kind of a cop-out from creating a story or a visual. I would call this video a main character moment. It's like a very long TikTok floating through a lonely city with your wired headphones in, dreaming about someone you love, holding that like a little secret. It's simple, but it's effective, but I won't be returning. Kendrick Lamar is not like us. Kendrick Lamar is a visionary, okay? Never been done before. This might be the actual best video of the year. It's not my favorite one, but it might be the actual, you know, objectively best music video created in 2024. Not only is he a poet, Kendrick Lamar is also a visual auteur. As if it wasn't enough to scalp Drake and leave him for dead, he had to come back and rub it in, run over his body again with an incredible visual too. People have always pointed to Kanye as like the supreme overlord of like visual hip hop media, especially when it comes to music videos. But I think, you know, Kendrick actually has a more consistently excellent track record of making great music videos. He's kind of like Taylor in the sense that he loves to do like complex Easter eggs and like leave clues for people to figure out. But his clues and Easter eggs actually amount to things that are like interesting and meaningful from a content perspective. They're not, I'm putting out Speak Now in February, blah, kind of vibe, pressing the 5th floor on the elevator or whatever the hell it is. I could not even begin to summarize the plot of this music video for you because I would be here forever. Just go watch it for yourself and you will understand why it was probably the best video of the year. Lana Del Rey, tough. Okay. Happy For You or Sorry That Happened. Lana in 2024 has stumped and mystified me. Lasso, heard of it? No, Lana Del Rey hasn't heard of it. I don't think it exists. At this point, I think she just said something about it before it was actually even created, before it was a feather on the breath of God. And that's the Lana Del Rey way. This is what she always does. Something happened to Lana when she yassified herself for Coachella. After Coachella, she was like, I'm just going to be pretty and that's it. Like, I'm just going to be flouncing around in my little dress, my makeup on, get my hair done, marry my alligator man. This song is a complete dud. Absolutely zero replay value. I have not listened to it once since I heard it the first time. I really feel like she wanted this to be the sequel to National Anthem, but it does not have the vernacular whatsoever. There's nothing countercultural about it to excuse the silliness or the vapidity of the lyrics. And when you are dealing with an artist like Lana Del Rey, we're so used to profundity from her, especially hot off the heels of Tunnel, that this is disappointing. She looks beautiful, but it has amounted to nothing. And Lana has been slacking with her visuals as of late. She used to be an incredible visual artist, and she's been so hit or miss with it lately. I'm still mad that the title track from Tunnel did not get a music video. It was begging, screaming, crying, dying for one. That was evil. So Lana, you're on my list. Die with a Smile. I don't care. I don't care. Happy for you or sorry that happened. It's like a hybrid Silk Sonic Joker 2 moment, and I'm not interested in it. Oh my God. A bird just flew into my window. Okay, what was I saying? I'm not interested in Die with a Smile. Gaga at the piano, smoking a cig with a wig on. It isn't revolutionary content, okay? We're not interested. Guess featuring Billie Eilish. Charli XCX, you did it again. Never been done before. This was such a moment. You know, what Charli does in 360 and Guess that's really CUNTY is she kind of like cocks her knee inwards and poses and like stares. I'll insert a clip of it here, but it's really so good and it gags me every time. Charli doesn't really do choreo, but she doesn't need to because she's like a one-person party machine. She's doing her usual thing. She's throwing her hands in the air, shaking her ass, having fun, and Billie bulldozes literally into the room with a bulldozer stuffed with underwear. And now my critique is, in that part of the video, when we look around, I'm pretty sure it was shot on the Universal lot from the Tate McRae music video. Enough of this fake ghost town. Enough. But either way, you know, rolling down the underwear mountain saved it. And Charli doing her freak next to Billie when she's driving saved it. The fast-paced editing at the end as they trade off saying, guess, guess, guess. Just so good. And this really came at like the peak of Brat Summer and extended its value a lot longer. So, you know, iconic moment of the year. Charli, keep doing what you're doing with the music videos, girl. It's working. All right, let's talk about the Blackpink girls. They all had comeback singles this year. For the sake of brevity, I'm just going to do each of their first comeback singles this year. So for Lisa, that's Rockstar. This was choreographed by Sean Bankhead, who is a certified legend. He choreographed WAP, for example. It must be such a treat as a choreographer to work with Lisa because she's just so capable of taking anything that you throw at her. Her whole brand is like supreme bad bitch, and this certainly reinforces that. I love how K-pop videos are like full-fledged productions always. Everything about them feels unique and specific and intentional, and like I said, interactive too. There's multiple different like versions and iterations of them. The staging of the props here is really cool, and the fact that the nightlife scene has neon signs with Thai in them, I just love that little detail. So nice to see an homage to her culture. I'm gonna put it in, I don't know, I kind of want to put it in that as a music video because it didn't make a big impact on me and I don't really remember people talking about it. Maybe people talked about New Woman a little bit more, but I don't know. Speaking of impact though, Jennie, mantra. I'm a Jennie bias. So of course I'm going to say greatest music video ever created. But Jennie has this very kind of like lazy charisma. And this is an allegation she's been battling with the Blinks that she's lazy for so long. But the thing about it is that she doesn't have to do much to capture your attention. She just has that thing, that it factor that makes her irresistible to look at. She's kind of the opposite of Lisa in a sense. You're drawn to Lisa because when she's on stage, she's doing everything. She's doing the most and you can't shy away from the talent and the effort. Jennie has an IDGAF attitude about her, which is really evidenced by this song. Pretty girls don't do drama unless we wanna. It'll be depending on the day. Jennie won't slay unless she wants to. It'll be depending on the day. And when Jennie decides to give and dance, it's really good. I'm so drawn to her charisma. Again, the set is expensive, and I think the balance of like beauty shot to choreo ratio was very good. I loved it. I love to see dancing. Okay, that's something that we're lacking now. I'm gonna put this in It Was a Moment, because I'm obsessed with it. Up next is APT by Rosé. Now listen, I hate this song. It is so not for me. I hate it. I hate the way it sounds. But I understand why it has probably been the most successful comeback single this go around. Rosé was really smart to blend like Korean with English in this particular way. And having Bruno Mars on it, I think helps cut through the noise of it being like, oh, one of the Blackpink girls is releasing again. This feels very much like its own thing separate to Blackpink, whereas what Jennie and Lisa are doing do feel like within the Blackpink multiverse. It's not focused on like being gorgeous or sexy Halsey. It definitely kind of goes down that like cutesy vibe instead. The video is really cute, simple, and effective. And I think that Bruno is very charismatic and Rose is doing her cutesy girl stuff. It's very fun. And I'm saying Avril Lavigne everywhere today, apparently, because I think it has a Best Damn Thing reference. I'm going to put this in Never Been Done Before because I think that this was a moment that really caught people by surprise in how good it was and what an impact it made. And the song has very organically kind of caught on, and in no small part due to the music video. So congratulations, Rose, for doing something different. Halsey, Lucky, oh girl. Happy for you or sorry that happened. You know, it's disappointing that we blew the whole budget for the great impersonator on this flop song because some of the visuals here were really good, especially those promo visuals leading up to this music video. Halsey in a pink wig, thick ass, giving whiplash. Who asked? I asked for that and I got it. She's definitely telling the story of the song in this music video, kind of alongside how she felt isolated and lonely as a child with like Britney's Lucky experience as well as hers. There's interactions between the older Halsey and her younger self. But apart from having some gorgeous Y2K visuals, there's really nothing to this. And I'm going to go on and also say that Halsey's ego, it feels like we ran out of budget here. We used the money on Lucky and we didn't get a return on investment. So we're turning off the tap. It has low budget Taste vibe because it came out at the same time that Sabrina Carpenter's Taste came out, and they are kind of like similar-ish in music videos of people like chasing each other around houses and pools. Like watch them together and you'll see what I mean. But I think that this song is really great and the music video didn't elevate the song at all. So I'm going to put this in. Also happy for you or sorry that happened. I'm so sorry, my good sis Halsey. The album was great. The music videos were not for me. Megan Thee Stallion, she put out a number of music videos here and I had a real problem with Hiss and Boa. They shocked me because, to be frank, I was scared. I had to turn them off. I'm not even like that scared of snakes, but there was something like icky about how realistic some of the snake affectations felt with this and with Cobra as well. I just couldn't get into these videos. I thought that they were very well shot and very beautiful. But like for me, happy for you or sorry that happened. I don't want to be anywhere near those snakes. However, the Mamouchi video, that was a moment. That was a moment. I wonder how this video would have been received when the pop culture, was obsessed with cultural appropriation. There's an actual Japanese person in the video, so I think that helps. But there are moments where I was like, what would we have said about this in 2013? This is the best video out of all the ones she's released this year. It's beautifully shot, and I think the Japanese aesthetic obviously adds a lot of atmosphere thanks to, Yuki Chiba as well. Jade, Angel of My Dreams. Girls, straight into Never Been Done Before. What an iconic debut single from a member of a girl group. This is like the best case scenario for a music video because I think that the song is made better by the video, and without the video I can't imagine how I would feel about the song. This song is kind of a weird Frankenstein production, and if you're familiar with Jade's story, as I am, it will make sense. But this is her debut as a solo artist. She's reintroducing herself, or maybe even introducing herself to people that have never encountered her just by herself before, and she had to like give some context, set the scene for the background of who she is. And I think that we're seeing this fantastical depiction of her story, all the complexities of her rising to fame as part of a constructed girl group with these very well executed short flashbacks to her time on the X Factor, suffering under predatory management practices, trying to navigate how fame is an experience that she both loves and hates and also doesn't know how to live without because she's had it for so much of her life at this point. I think also the styling of this music video is excellent. This was by far and away the most fully realized Little Mix debut. And while we're talking about Little Mix's debuts, let's talk about Perry's Forget About Us. I love this song. This song, it was written by Ed Sheeran. This song is just like a classic white girl anthem, okay? If this was on Tumblr in 2015, we would have been turning it the F up, and I really love the song. The video, girls, Perry's solo career is like the blind leading the blind. I don't know what she's trying to accomplish or what message or tone she's striking. Every single is completely different from the next, and this was the most successful one, but it did not have a good music video, so happy for her. Sorry that happened. Jade's Fantasy music video. Now, this just didn't hit after Angel of My Dreams, I have to say. I was disappointed. The video is gorgeous. Jade sounds great, but it's just not sticky for me, the song itself, and the video doesn't assist in making it stick. There is that cool kind of like Carrie turn at the end, and that seems to be Jade's kind of signature visual inclination to do something a little bit campy and weird, but this song itself doesn't merit the storyline that I'm seeing in the video, so it feels a little disconnected from itself, and it feels like a video for a video's sake, So I'm just going to put this in. That is a music video. Dua Lipa, Training Season. I'm getting bored talking about the Radical Optimism singles. They're just so uninspired. Training Season is a fun song. The video is okay, but it is just one extended glamour beauty shot. So I'm happy for her, or I'm sorry that happened. I'm just not that interested. Addison Rae, Diet Pepsi. You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna put this in Never Been Done Before. You know why? Because it was an unexpected smash. Definitely also hugely assisted by the video. I think Addison is one of the most telegenic celebrities that we have at the moment. When you see her in interviews or out and about, she has this, let me be very frank with you, annoying and irritating air to her. But when she's performing to camera in a setting like a music video, she is magnetic. She has this je ne sais quoi, this joyful, youthful optimism. She's an it girl, as Charli might say in her 360 music video, that is so refreshing about her. And though our interest in Addison is often very ironic, she is deeply earnest about what she's doing in this video. And I think that comes through. It's weird. She's feeding her boyfriend cherries with her toes. It's also got that like very Americana imagery, losing your virginity in the backseat, vintage cars, drinking Pepsi. The moment where she cracks open the Pepsi can and wraps herself in an American flag, I was like, okay, Lana daughter. I was seeing the Born to Die music video influences here. We cannot deny that that was a huge reference for this video. And speaking of Ms. Rae, Aquamarine. You know, this one feels a little too self-aware. This one was co-written with Charli XCX, so that's no surprise. Diet Pepsi was unassuming in the sense that it just kind of offered itself to us and was this little gem that kind of grew over time. This song, Aquamarine, emerges under the assumption that we've witnessed a new cult classic being born and we must accept her. And this song is just okay. Again, she's being rather telegenic in the music video, but I'm just not seeing the full vision. It's giving a little lazy. It's giving DIY, not in a good way. So I'm going to put this in that as a music video. Lady Gaga, Disease. Oh, we have been needing this. Girls, we have been needing Lady Gaga doing her freaky, deaky I feel like pop girldom has really been focused on and has taken a turn for the beautiful, the servage, the glamour. Chappell is kind of the exception to that this year, but she didn't release a music video this year. What I love about Gaga as a performer is that she will always go there to make the art. She will wear the meat suit. She will snarl. She will bare her teeth. She will be ugly. I felt very comforted by this song in this video. It was just so familiar to me. It is very Gaga in a way that I think there's something new going on, but it's not so far in the opposite direction that I'm like, where is my queen? Where did she go? I think that this song will make more sense as the album rolls out. We have to remember with Gaga, you gotta let her cook. You have to let her cook. You have to let the release happen. Imagine making a snap judgment about Chromatica based off of Stupid Love. You would feel dumb. I think there's more in store and it's marinating. However, I'm not really seeing people talk about this. It had the lowest first week debut that she's had in her career since Just Dance. That is like quite the fall from grace. And I don't understand why it's not resonating. I guess it's not really in step or in tune with what's on the radio right now. It does feel like it's from a different era, maybe a time gone by. I like that, but perhaps that's why it's not connecting. She also hasn't really been promoting it that much. It has a Halloween vibe that I love. And the video is really cool. She's rocking out in a suburban wasteland. The video is about her dealing with her inner demons and the internal battles that she fights with herself. And you can see that through the various monsters and characters she inhabits here. It's quintessential Gaga. I think it didn't have that big of an impact. So I can't put it in Never Been Done Before because Gaga herself has done this before. But I'm going to put it in It Was a Moment because I enjoyed it. Oh, Katy Perry. Katy Perry. Katy Perry. Worst music video maker of the year, maybe? Lifetimes. Before I really cook her with Women's World, let's start with the environmental disaster. This is like the dollar store version of the Illusion music video, which was already a dollar store version of something else. I've made 2 long videos about how bad this record cycle was, so I will spare you more rantings and ravings. But as a music video, this is deeply uninteresting. It is a Love Island montage. It is boring. And because it is boring, it's getting the electric chair. You know what else is getting an electric chair? Its predecessor, Woman's World. This song has continued to age like milk. Katy is the queen of missing the mark, of being unable to read the room. Everything about this video was designed to be a smash in 2013. I don't know what planet she lives on where she thought that people still want knee-high Timberland boots and a graffitied women working sign and the inclusion of Trisha Paytas. Like, this was a highly embarrassing, overwrought flop. And the video actually does the rare disservice of making the song worse, making it more cringe. TikTok dances at the end, mournfully shouting, "I am Katy Perry" to a city of people that don't care. I mean, enough. No more. Electric chair. Shawn Mendes. Why? White man takes mushrooms and sings with his acoustic guitar in an old barn without a shirt on. Pastels for spring. Groundbreaking. Let's just put that into happy for you or sorry that happened. I had some help. Are men allergic to serving? There has not been a single very iconic music video from a man this year other than Kendrick Lamar. The men are struggling in every sense of the word. So that's going into happy for you or sorry that happened. A bar song, it was also giving low budget. So happy for you or sorry that happened. Nothing to report home about. I love you, I'm sorry. You know what? Gracie Abrams' songs don't really lend themselves very well to visuals. I don't know why. They just don't hit for me. This music video is especially high energy for a song that is very low energy. I love you, I'm sorry is not like a banger. It's not very upbeat. She's accepting the award for A-hole of the year. The performance she's giving is very intense and the song is very mellow. So I just was watching it and was like, why am I watching this? So I'm going to put that in happy for you or sorry that happened. Risk. Now this one is better because it's a little bit more upbeat. And I have to confess, girls, I love this song. I love the song Risk, perhaps due to recent events in my life, but it's just so relatable. Relatable content. It's her being delusional before a first date, doing her makeup, getting ready at home, that sick feeling you get before you meet someone for the first time. You're like dreading going, but you also just want to get it over with so that you can stop feeling like so sick. She goes to meet someone for the first time. She humiliates herself at the party because she's so nervous. I fear parts of this were also filmed on the dreaded Universal lot. So demerit points for that. I'm going to put it into that as a music video because I don't think it was particularly iconic. Up next is Madison Beer, Make You Mine. I find Madison Beer very insincere. I find it difficult to connect with her. The music is average. She seems untrustworthy. I don't know how to describe it, but I just get the sense that I would be kind of frightened of her if I met her. I don't know what it is about her that's just so off-putting to me, but I'm not buying it. Whatever she's selling, I'm not buying. She is definitely doing her Megan Fox, Jennifer's Body sexy thing here, but this video is just about being sexy. There's no story, there's no charisma, there's no energy. It's just look at me, I'm hot, and that's vapid and boring to me. Not interesting. So thanks, but I'm actually going to put this in electric chair because it's that boring. It's just nothing to me. Camila Cabello, I love it. You know what? The journey that I've gone on with Camila Cabello this year has been crazy. I panned this when it came out. I said it was a load of garbage, and now I'm saying I love it. Now I'm saying I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. The music video itself is, like CXOXO, a flawed, weird, not fully executed pastiche of ideas and influences. It has that colorful confusion that CXOXO has. It introduced the iconic blonde hair rebrand. It started a lot of conversation about whether she was trying to jack Charli's swag. I have to put it into it was a moment because it was a moment, like it or not. It was polarizing. It was, in fact, a moment. There are some actually really beautiful scenes here, though. These images where she's got the arrow through her heart in the ER, where she's lying on the crashed car. The cinematography is very beautiful. I like how Miami is used as a location here. I mean, it was polarizing. It was interesting. It was a moment. We have 2 songs by Cat's Eye. Cat's Eye are a group that I'm really keeping my eye on. I loved the series. If you haven't watched it yet, it's on Netflix. It's creating the first global girl group that sings in English but has the K-pop like training performance sensibilities. I think that Touch is a really cute song. I think the music video is just okay. That is a music video. Debut, I thought was actually a really good music video. They flew to Colombia, I think, to shoot it. There's some really interesting visual effects in it. I don't think it was quite great, so I'm going to put it in that as a music video. I just wanted to give my Cat's Eye girls a shout out and some love. I'm rooting for you. Can't wait to see what comes next. And finally, the last music video we're going to talk about is Ariana Grande's The Boy Is Mine. That is a music video. I think it could have been a moment, but it was released too long after Eternal Sunshine had came out to really capitalize off of it. I love the performance that she did on Jimmy Fallon. I thought that was really good. And the video, don't get me wrong, is well executed. It has a story. It has a plot. It's got Penn Badgley in it. You know what? I'm actually going to put it into It Was a Moment because having the guy from You being the one that is getting reverse stalked is kind of interesting. So final tallies. The Swiftologist's top videos of this year were Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, We Can't Be Friends by Ariana Grande, 360 by Charli XCX, Please 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 by Sabrina Carpenter, Taste by Sabrina Carpenter, Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, Guess by Charli XCX featuring Billie Eilish, Rose and Bruno Mars with APT, Jade, Angel of My Dreams, and Diet Pepsi by Addison Rae. Looking at that, I kind of want to put APT down into It Was a Moment. I'm being selective here. I'm being selective. I'm going to be strict. That's what I'm going to do. So that's pretty much it. I hope that you enjoyed my rantings and ravings. Let me know if you agree with my ranking. Did I miss anything out? What would you have put in your never been done before category? Try and keep it strict for fun. Oh, you thought it was over? It's not. I filmed this video a while ago and I realized there were a couple of music videos that I didn't include that I really wanted to talk about. And I could not believe that I forgot this, but some of my favorite music videos this year have been by Tinashe. Tinashe is one of my favorite artists at the moment. I feel like she has just been so long overdue, this breakthrough moment that she's having. And one of my favorite music videos of the year was the video that she did for No Broke Boys. And I've just realized that I didn't upload a little icon for her. That is so offensive. So let's pretend that Sabrina Carpenter Espresso is No Broke Boys, okay? I'm putting it in It Was a Moment because I don't know that this music video had like a super big impact on pop culture, but I feel like it's just so expertly produced. You know, she is an incredible dancer and her stage presence is always just, oh, it's so good. And this is kind of like a, how do I describe it? It's like a Bring It On theme almost for this music video. Very cute. And I love the song, so I'm a little bit biased. Nasty. Now, the Nasty music video, It Was a Moment. I did actually upload a photo for this. Now, where am I putting the Nasty music video? Am I putting it in It Was a Moment or That Is a Music Video? I think I'm going to put it in It Was a Moment just because Nasty was such a huge moment, viral song, obviously. I think with those viral songs, it's really difficult because they go viral usually before a music video is out. The visual is never going to live up to the reputation the song has because the song takes on the meaning of it being a viral trend. So you would probably think of like a viral video before you would think of the music video for it. But that being said, she finally got her budget. They finally gave her the budget when she had a smash, and that shows in the music video. And the last music video that I want to talk to you guys about is Tate McRae's Two Hands On. Now, I've kind of gone on a couple of journeys with this video and this song. I have not returned to this song. I gave it a very positive review, the music video and the song when I first heard it, and it has evaporated from my brain. Like, I just never think about it. I have not watched the music video again. I've not listened to the song again. The music video is a good video. It's not as good a video as It's Okay, I'm Okay, and the song is not that memorable. So I guess Two Hands is going into That As a Music Video. Oh my God, there, I found the No Broke Boys icon. It was just hidden from me. Perfect. Sabrina Carpenter, back you go. I also just realized that I didn't rank I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, and that's because it wasn't a music video. It was a tour video. So if it went anywhere, it would go into Electric Chair. All right, that's it. Finally, this is the end of the video now.